Hi, I'm at RES today talking with David Borlo, the CEO and Managing Director of Salt Flats. David, you were just on the panel where we talked about how Amazon is really changing the face of retail. They did it again this morning with the Whole Foods acquisition. How do you feel traditional retailers can keep pace?
That's a good question. I think that the key piece of the answer is to understand that digital disruption is going to continue to outpace the ability for businesses to keep up. So it starts with management and culture of the company really understanding that they need to change the dynamic of how they actually operate internally first, and look at how the culture of the company understands how to take new experiments, how to take new risks, and with that move forward into new ideas. With that in hand, they need to embrace innovation and create budgets around that and really allow these experiments to take hold and bring the new ideas out into the market once they've been tested.
Constant technical innovation is what has kept Amazon ahead of traditional retailers. When you look at all the valuable CapEx that retailers have at their disposal, how should they invest it to keep pace with Amazon?
That's a great question. I think it comes back to co-innovation. It comes back to understanding what's the problem to be solved. Amazon asks a very simple question: what's the problem to be solved? And can you envision a future that looks very different from today? So when they look at the world from that perspective, the investments that they make are actually quite small in the beginning as experiments, and once they've proven that there's a value to that, then they scale it. So rather than looking at this as, where should I deploy millions of dollars of CapEx budgets, it's really asking yourself, your internal teams, the question: what's the problem to be solved? And starting with small budgets, running those small experiments, and then from there learning from those experiences and scaling. Put the budgets behind proven and empirical data.
Does Amazon know how to fail fast?
Absolutely, and they're one of the best at it. If you look at even some of their annual report filings, there's a tremendous amount of money that is spent on experimentation, and it's a culture of experimentation. If you look at the amount of failure that happens within a system like Amazon or Google, or even other companies like Cisco and some of the other tech companies in Silicon Valley, one of the things that's at the core of the business is understanding how to experiment and how to learn from those experiments within a process that, once they have the empirical data coming back, they can then scale that. So it's not just haphazard, run around, be crazy, and run experiments. It's really doing it within the process and envisioning a future that's very different than today.
Thank you.